everyone, this is Maki. The story of GQuuuuuuX is reaching its climax. Riding on this excitement, the movie beginning will be re-screened in Japan. A book titled Design Works 3 will be given to attendees as a bonus. I plan to try to get my hands on this book too. Now, I'd like to analyze some intriguing points from episode 11. Some elements may even connect to the final battle. Before we dive into the main topic, I have a quick announcement. On my channel, I'm accepting support in the form of memberships. For just 99 cents a month, you can get a name badge and comment stamps. Alright, let's begin the analysis. The original Gundam appeared in the climax of episode 11. Its design is completely different from the Gundams that have appeared in the world of GQuuuuuuX. So, how do we know that this is the first Gundam? Let's take a look. Gundams designed as gunplay usually get a modern touch-up. This means design tweaks to make it look cooler as a model kit and enhance its range of movement. However, the Gundam that appeared in episode 11 uses the design from the original TV anime series. First, look at the waist armor. In gunplay, the waist armor is separated like a skirt and can move freely. But in the original 0079, the waist armor is not separated. Next, pay attention to the intake and exhaust duct-like parts on the torso. They resemble yellow parts embedded inside the blue torso. Many gunplay designs have redesigned this area. Many modern designs add the yellow, frame-like part around that section. However, in the original 0079 anime, there is no such yellow frame. Finally, examine the Vulcan cannons on the head. In gunplay, the cannons are often redesigned so that the barrels are visibly embedded in holes on the head. However, in the original 0079, the barrels are not visible. The Vulcan cannons fire directly from the holes in the head. The Gundam that appears in the climax of GQuuuuuuX reflects the staff's strong resolve to recreate the Gundam exactly as it was designed in the original 0079. Alright, how will this Gundam perform in the final episode? I have no idea what to expect. In the preview, it's equipped with a beam saber. It's not carrying a beam rifle. I can't imagine what special traits the Gundam summoned by Z Nova might have. There was even a scene where Charles Noble's clothes suddenly changed into a Zeon military uniform. The story has already shown objects appearing out of nowhere. Therefore, it might be risky to assume that it only has a beam saber. Do you remember? In episode 11, Machu threw away GQuuuuuuX's beam rifle. Couldn't there be a chance for the beam rifle to be used again? At the end of episode 11, many fans were surprised when Beyond the Time, the ending theme from Shah's counterattack, started playing. Even in the scene where Machu and Miran face off, there were touches reminiscent of Shah's counterattack. For example, the scene where GQuuuuuuX throws G-Frito is very similar to Amuro throwing Shah. In Shah's counterattack, Amuro takes the enemy's beam rifle and uses it himself. So, don't you think the Gundam might pick up GQuuuuuuX's beam rifle and use it too? Machu already demonstrated the act of using a weapon that has left the hand in clan battle with the Heat Hawk. It's possible that the Gundam could do something similar. Also, in episode 11, Machu grabbed G-Frito's bit with her hand. This is the same fighting style used by the GQuuuuuuX pilot XB. The lyrics of Beyond the Time include the line, unable to escape from the Mobius loop. In literature, the Mobius loop often symbolizes infinite repetition. In the world of GQuuuuuuX, the phrase Mobius loop will surely be an important symbol as well. By the way, there is an interesting aspect to Shuuji's true identity. Who exactly is he? Some say he might be Admiral Ray, transformed by the power of Sharon's rose. I've also discussed the idea that Shuuji could be Yoshiyuki Tomino based on the subtitle of the final episode. But is there another possibility? What if he's Admiral Ray's child? In Shah's counterattack, a woman named Chain Nagi appears as Admiral's lover. Chain and Shuuji have strikingly similar hair colors. However, in Shah's counterattack, there's absolutely no mention or hint that Chain is pregnant. There's no such setup. Based on that alone, this might sound like too much of a leap. However, in the other version of Shah's counterattack written by Mr. Tomino, Admiral's child appears. This child appears in a novel called Beltotika's Children. As the subtitle suggests, the child in that story is Beltotika's child, not Chain's. Beltotika's Children was created based on Mr. Tomino's initial concept for Shah's counterattack. It is a version of Shah's counterattack that could have existed. Doesn't that sound similar to GQuuuuuX's world, where Zeon won the war? Among the countless possibilities, it wouldn't be strange if there were a Chain who was pregnant with Admiral's child. Thinking about it, that way might be fun too. Lastly, let's briefly review the lyrics of Beyond the Time. One line goes more than peace, more than freedom, more than righteousness. You alone are everything I wish for. This line perfectly reflects GQuuuuuX's world. Sharia Blue said this war should have been avoided. He has also spoken about the fragile peace created by the balance of power between Giran and Kisilier. Sharia doesn't wish for chaos and war. He desires peace above all else. And Niran often uses the word freedom. Freedom is one of the words included in the lyrics of Beyond the Time. Lastly, there's righteousness. In episode 11, Charles Neville says restoring the world twisted by Sharon's rose to its original state is the right thing to do. The character's feelings and goals align with the lyrics. So, what about Machu? She blushes when Shah asks her, "Are you in love with Shuuji?" However, rather than simply loving Shuuji, she acts with the goal of saving the woman who is precious to him. Machu's actions alone are slightly different from the lyrics. Shuuji is not her everything. She fights to save the woman who is everything to him. This little difference may influence the ending of the story. Let's watch the ending of GQuuuuuuX together. Thank you so much for watching until the end. See you in the next program.